today we got the second variation. My finger, okay. My finger was backwards. Second variation of the 60-year anniversary of Padron. But before I cut this, again, let's do a little breakdown. This is the 60th anniversary of the Padron 1964. 60 years it has been since 1964. That's insane. Wow. Just think about that. It's been 60 years since 1964. This is a Nicaraguan puro, but a Perfecto puro. This is a Perfecto size for the Vitola. This is a 6.5 by 56 cigar. And the MSRP being at a whopping $75. So with each of these cigars, let it be the Maduro or the Natural, which is today's pick, the Natural version of the 60th anniversary, they'll both run you $25 a pop. Meaning if you want to get a box of these, the maximum that comes in a box is 10. Meaning a box would be $750. So if you want to get a box of the Natural and the Maduro, you're looking at $1,400 for 20 cigars. $1,400 for 20 cigars. That hurts. That hurts. This should be a triple review cigar as well. Between me, the soy sauce assassin Tony, and Midnight Cigars Eric. I think that should be about it.
Everything that we love is temporary. Please remember me when I'm dead and I'm buried. My mind just wants to be free. Wants to be free.
Now it's time for me to do what hurts. This is a $25 cigar, man. Whew. I'm getting like a little bit of flashbacks because the Maduro kicked. Not actually, no, beyond kick. It trucked. It's like I got hit by a truck. And apparently both cigars has full strength. I just finished eating, so I should be fine. The wrapper is very chocolatey. I'm just scared, so I'm like not doing my review correctly. The wrapper's chocolatey. When I told you when I spoke the Maduro, it made me feel off. I felt off. It is strong. Full strength cigars are no joke. No matter how experienced you could be, it could put you on your ass. And if you've seen Tony's video, he also was afflicted by the Maduro of the cigar. Not gonna say anything yet until I can get the little nipple part, open it up, because right now the draw is super tight. And that's obviously because of this. There you go. Now it's opening up. Come on. Focus. There you go. See, now it's opening up. Ironically, it has the same taste notes as the Maduro. This seems a little bit more bitter. I get like a cinnamon, chocolate, espresso, pepper bomb, or some sort of spice bomb, but it's not as sweet. That's the only difference, I think. I'm actually getting like a little bit of like molasses in this. This is a little bit more, not pungent, but bitter. The Maduro, I thought that was bitter, slightly. This is a little bit more darker. How can I best describe it? I guess you could say that this almost like the ways of milk chocolate and dark chocolate. They have similar tastes, but dark chocolate has a little bit more of a less sweeter and bitter, taste to it. That's just the most generic way I can say it. That's what this feels like. And you would think a cigar that's darker will be a little bit more intense compared to a cigar that's lighter. And I did myself a little favor. Yes, I have a little water with me. The cigar starts to tackle me like the Maduro did. Have a little bit of Pepsi left over, just to give me a little sugar rush to help me combat this cigar. Also, I'm gonna bring a little bit of my life into your life. I had a little addiction for a while. You could probably see a little bit here. I am a Pokemon card collector. People collect a lot of stuff. Now, my dad was comic books. My grandfather was wine bottles. My dad also collected baseball cards. I know a lot of you guys who are watching, mostly are men. You guys should have a collection of something. It could be baseball cards, comics, cigars. It could be bourbons, whiskeys. I know us men, for some reason, we are collectors of something. If we had the choice, you know for a fact, if our wives allowed it, that cool stick, when we go camping, when we go in the wilderness, and there's a nice stick that's a good staff size, you know, it's great for walking. If we were able to, we will bring every single cool stick we have ever found home. Same thing with rocks. If we were allowed to and not subjected by our wives, we would have a collection of cool sticks and stones. But because we can't, this is the only stick technically we could collect at home that our wives possibly accepts. Some of our wives are cool, that allows it, and they're cool with it. Some of the wives out there are not really cool with cigars, and they are against it and our happiness. But mine has always been either pop figures, hats, or Pokemon cards. And because of that, the reason why I'm mentioning that is you guys are going to see if I get anything good. Instead of me physically buying cards every 12 hours, I get a free pack. This kind of fuels my addiction and not actually go for real cards that cost a lot of money. I got nothing good. Thank you for watching the slice of life of Senpapi Rick. Oh shit, I actually get another pack. Every 12 hours I get a pack. I forgot that. It's been 24 hours since I opened cards. Ooh, a Mew. Okay, that's pretty decent. Back to the review. I had no issues. I mean, if I kind of show you guys more of the world of Rick, let's see. This is essentially part of my collection. You have cigar boxes. You have my Davidoff stuff. All these are sealed cards. More sealed cards. You have the boxes I kept because for some reason empty boxes of cards sell. So I have the YouTube version of Pops. All of that. I used to have a sword hanging from there, but it fell. And obviously a guitar, and then a little sneak peek of a certain EP Carrillo cigar. Yeah. Obviously all my hats. I think this should be a fair question to ask you guys, since you guys are watching my content and you've been enjoying my content. What do you guys collect? I haven't asked a question to you guys as a viewer in a while, but I told you what I collect. What do you guys collect? And how angry have your wife or significant other or anybody that is significant in your life, whether it be family or friends, let me know how angry they have been because of your habit of collection. Because in my eyes, you guys are collectors. We are not dying with our money. So what's the point of saving all this cash? Yes, I get it. True, generational wealth. You pass it to your kids. But fuck it. Have your kids work hard too. You worked hard. Have your kids work hard too. You deserve it. I'm not trying to enable you guys, but we deserve to have fun with our money too, man. Let's collect our stuff. Come on, let's collect our sticks and rocks. They look cool. Let's live, man. Let's be kids. The cigar is in full effect. Let's go take a little peek at the ash. This one is more grayer than the Maduro. This have spottings of white, no tunnels, which is tightly packed. The draw is actually pretty well. It's just as it was as the Maduro counterpart. Very flawless, no resistant, other than the very first huddle of obviously the little nipple part at the beginning. That's typical when it comes to Perfectos. Yep. Kind of same thing with the taste notes. You get your typical coffee, typical espresso, get a little bit of molasses, get quite a bit of cedar, and other than a little pepper, I'm getting a little bit of baking spices. Could be cinnamon. Yeah, it's definitely baking spices. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll see you guys on the second third of the cigar. All right, I'm at this part of the cigar. This is the same feeling I got from the Maduro. They're both potent. This is definitely not for the faint of cigar smokers. I definitely recommend, if you're to smoke this or give this a try, have a full stomach, have something sugary. I know people who typically drink coffee black. I suggest a latte, a cappuccino, macchiato, something. This is strong. So you would need something sugary with this, or even a soda, diet, Dr. Pepper, a Pepsi, a Coke. Have something with this because Jesus, I'm starting to feel not lightheaded, but I'm getting the nicotine high. I get a lot of the espresso, a lot of that chocolate. It is an amazing cigar. But that's basically the main forefront of the cigar. It's the chocolate and espresso. You get the little dribbles or little sprinkles of that baking spice. The pepper truly did relax in the second third. The molasses is still there. There's even a little earthiness to it. I don't know, maybe that molasses is starting to make it feel like licorice. 100%. I like the cigar. Jesus, why I gotta put the strength so high?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night, I can feel my leg and my arm, even my fingers.
I will say this cigar will be better when you take in magnesium or melatonin if you're a difficult sleeper. I think it's ambient too, the one people who also could take for sleeping issues. Take this cigar instead. Get this cigar. Get yourself something sweet on the side, and it will slowly dissolve your mentality and help you relax. So this nicotine, oof. It just had a little bit of sweetness out of nowhere, like a vanilla bean sweetness. Interesting. That pepper is very lighter. Whew. But it leaves a little sting in your nose after you retro it for a little bit. Oh my God. All right. I'll see you guys in the last third. All right, guys. I'm at this stage of the cigar, which is basically the final third. I don't know if it's oily aspect of the cigar is leaving a nasty taste, like an aftertaste around my lips. Not sure that's normal for natural cigars. As long as I retro, I get the same notes: cocoa, espresso, cedar, molasses. Now it's dwindling down. The baking spice basically gone. The pepper basically gone. It starts to die out a lot faster compared to the Maduro. Maduro, I believe, is far more superior. This is actually not as intense when it comes to strength as the Maduro. As I've been smoking this, it's been a little bit more calmer with the strength level. I felt a little bit sick in the beginning, or in the second, third. But as I continued smoking it, it started to kind of dwindle when it comes to the strength. It's not as potent. But I think I'm at the point where I could cast my views and rating on the cigar, starting with the appearance. It has the same coffin, except for the border of this tape being white compared to the Maduro being brown. So appearance, when it comes to the band work, the coffin, all that kind of sorts, I'm gonna give it the same rating as I give the previous cigar. I believe I gave it an 8. I believe I gave it a 9 or an 8.5. Whatever the previous rating was, I'll put it on display right now because I gotta edit that footage. So the rating will be the same as the appearance. Construction will be the same exact rating. This is the rating right here. The construction, it did not canoe, it did not tunnel, it did not have a tight draw, other than obviously the beginning part when I had the little nipple part, which is understandable. It's a very smaller gap for air to come in. That's completely understandable while the beginning was tighter. But I do give the props at the beginning, where when I lit up the Maduro for the first time, I burned it the same exact way, but the Maduro burned faster on the foot element. This one was more steady on the whole way through. So the construction on this one was a little bit better than the previous. But I'll still give it the same rating. No, I don't want to do that the 0.1, 0.2 bullshit or 0.5 bullshit, because at 0.5 is not gonna make a major difference. It's the same exact feel to it. The pull is very straw-like. Every element to it is great. So it's gonna have the same rating for the construction and for the appearance. But for the taste note, I'm going to give this a little bit less. This is a 7.5. The reason I'm saying that is because this cigar got oily, and with that little oily aspect, you could kind of see a little bit on my fingertips. Let me see. See? You see the oil on my fingertip, and that oil is leaving that little residue on my lips, which gives it a bad taste. Like, the retro is great. I get all the taste. It's definitely a lighter version of the Maduro. But sometimes when you do the tasting, you go both with the retro and from the oral aspect. And because I think my lips are even like a little bit lipsticked because of this. And that little residue is not really enjoyable. It's kind of real bitter and very, I don't know. It's not really enjoyable. It kind of masks the flavor notes, because when you do that, obviously trying to taste it. And since you have a portion of the cigar, I already know whoever's watching this, let it be Tony, Eric, or whatever, people from the Legion, they're gonna say that's what she said no matter what I say. But obviously, parts of the cigar enters your lips. So that little aspect, when it hits the back of your lip, that still gets ingested a little bit into your mouth. And it leaves a little taste, especially in the inner parts of your lips. And it kind of messed up my experience. It's still a great cigar, but I just don't like the oils that is excreting from the wrapper. So yeah, 7.5 is for the taste note. So I think this is a solid cigar. I believe the Maduro is better, but the Maduro is definitely more stronger on the element of strength, and definitely more stronger in the element of taste notes as well. It was more sweeter. The last third was consistent. It kept on with the taste notes. Nothing really died down towards the end. Maybe a little bit of the spice and a little bit of the maybe a little bit of the pepper. But other than that, the last start of the cigar was very pleasant and very consistent. This one really dwindled down. Now it's like the watered down version of what it was in the first and second third. But hopefully you guys enjoyed my review of the Padron 60th anniversary Perfecto Natural version. Until next time, as always, guys, I love your faces, and I'm out. Peace.